Hey, it's Glacier, and this will be a video chart on ERHE, ERHC Energy Incorporated. I did this one when the chart looked like this, and I promise that I have not changed or touched this trend line at all. This is a line I drew the last time I did the video, and if you don't believe me, feel free to go back and rewatch this video and see how I drew the trend line. I have not touched it, and the reason I am saying this is, once again, you'll see the power of charting. Today we bounced up, and look at that. Like I said, I have not touched this trend line, but look right what knocked down the price. This trend line here that I drew. I'm not bragging on myself. I'm just saying the power of charting. Some people think that just drawing a simple line like this means nothing, but look at that. Some people might argue, oh, well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But you know what? If it is, don't you want to know where the self-fulfilling prophecy is going to happen at? The power of charting, and I'll step off my soapbox now and get into the chart analysis. But when you see things like this, it's really neat because it's pretty amazing how just a simple line like that can forecast, where there's going to be some bearish resistance. But anyways, for the day, it was very good. Had nice volume again, but better yet, besides the volume, very nice price action. Showed some real nice strength. The bulls were back; they're definitely back in town, and I want to get this updated as I've received quite a few requests, and rightfully so. Exciting day. From a little longer term chart perspective, I didn't make it public, but I was getting a little nervous just because right here we have what's really an important resistance, or excuse me, support level, because this is where it gapped up from way back here, and let's see, looks like early June, and then we had the price pull back here, and then just textbook acted as support, bounced it up. Right here came down, and yes, that's not exactly hit it, but the point being, there's a zone. These levels are like webs, so if you picture kind of a web surrounding it, the price came down here, got within the web, and got catapulted back up. And now the same thing that was happening was on this crazy day, the web was right here. The price came down and bounced off the web here, and then these next 2 days were down, and we had what looked like this. So keep in mind where this blue line's coming from. Just from this point here, I'm going to zoom back in close again. And I know you can't see it, but remember, it's right below us, that blue line. But we had this doji candle, and it was one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe is this the end? This doji candle has, A, happened right by the resistance or by the support level, and B, it's happened after a few crazy days. So maybe, this was kind of the final capitulation of people that wanted to get it out are out. But obviously, dojis, those need confirmation, and today, this was your confirmation. I can guarantee you that the chart players out there were watching the high of this doji, and on that break, they were piling in. So potentially, some of this downfall here, the profit taken was probably from just chart players that were watching this breakout and got in, and then we're taking some profits. That's part of the game. But the way to look at it is they helped push it up after this breakout. So don't get angry at those people. Everybody plays their role, and they're providing liquidity and everything else. But the point I was trying to make here is we were getting really close to this support level, and now we've really separated ourselves from it quite a bit. There's still work to be done. Obviously, this downtrend line is still sitting above us, so that needs to be worked on and be broken. But I'd much rather have a day like this than seeing a day that's still flirting right around with this level, or worse yet, is crashing through it. So what do we want to see now in terms of bullish price action? Well, the main thing is we just want to see this maintain these highs. If tomorrow comes and it closes right back down here, then this was just a completely fake day. It was a head fake, whatever you want to call it. There wasn't any true strength. And true strength, that's going to kind of be the theme word here. We want to see if this move here really had true strength, or whether this was just some sort of bounce that really didn't have any sort of actual push behind it. So the easiest way, and the way I'm going to kind of use this to judge to see if we had true strength here, is to use this 60-cent level. You can see that here it was a support. When it was broken here, it became a resistance, but now since we've broken it back up to the upside, it is back to being a support level. So if this is a true strong move here, then in my opinion, this level here at 60 cents should have no problem holding strong with any sort of pullback. Pullbacks aren't going to be a bad thing, because it's from the amount of times that this trend line here has knocked down the price. it's very clear that this is a pretty tough trend line. So it might need to go sideways a little bit before it can build up enough energy to push through there. If tomorrow it can get through there on its own, then that's great. But as long as this you know support level here holds, then I'm still going to be bullish on this current move. But that could change real quick if you get closes below this level and it's right back down here. Then in my opinion, and the way I'm going to look at it is this move here was just fake. There was no true strength behind it. So tomorrow and the rest of this week, it's really going to be, in my eyes at least, not a matter of can this trend line hold or break, but is this move going to be able to hold itself and sustain? Because if you look at previous history, here was a nice move, but it hit this trend line, and then look what happened. The price gradually slowed back, fell back down, and then eventually broke below this low, and is putting in lower highs. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is today was good, yes, but there's still work to be done because you had a nice stretch here, but it could never really pan out. So that's what I want to see. Can this level hold itself and not repeat history back here? And then real quick, I wanted to pull up the weekly chart just to show that the weekly chart is still very good looking. This has been a little more of a drastic pullback, but for the people that are longer term and have been investors in this sense, back at the beginning of the year, you're still very well. You still have your moving averages. You actually had the golden cross here a few weeks ago, which is a lagging indicator. It's just telling you that the trend is strong. So it's not forecasting anything. It's this isn't a leading indicator. It's a lagging. But the point being, the weekly still looks good. And the weekly is really going to look a lot better if this trend line can get broken and possibly even come back up here and test that high. So this week a lot will be going on this week in terms of measuring the strength of this chart and seeing and ensuring that this move really did have some bullish push behind it. So if you do have any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the emailer, you'll receive a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And then with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces from penny stocks all the way up to big boards. So there's a good variety. And best part is, it's all free, no strings attached. So it's worth at least giving a try. We've been making our members some good money. So it's a good combination of education and profit, making profit, but not having to pay any money as a subscription fee or anything like that. So stop by and check us out. One more time, this is ERHE. Hopefully this move is the true and real thing, but it'll be easy to tell using this chart, and we'll see what happens the rest of this week. Thanks for listening.